This is Mark Hilliard with Beyond 20, talking today about reporting and the reporting tool in Cherwell Service Management. Today we're going to talk about aligning cells in a table so that they can grow and shrink without impacting the cells adjacent to them in the same table. I have a report here that is based on individual records. I'm going to go ahead and run that report as is right now and look at this table that we have. Very simple table down here. And you'll notice the second cell here is a little bigger than the other ones. And what that means is that the cell grew because the data expanded past the bottom of the originally determined cell. So how do we make that happen in Cherwell report, in the Cherwell report writer? So we go in and we design our report. You'll see what I have here. You'll notice a lot of red, and the red is that I've overlapped a lot of stuff in the report. Generally, this is not an issue as long as you're writing out to PDF. Some older versions of Excel might actually have issues with overlapping. So if you're trying to write to Excel, some of this would probably not function for you properly. But that's what the actual red overlay means. So here are my cells. You can see them. They actually expand the entire width of the table. And then I have this line here dividing to give me sort of a sense that there is in fact two cells. We have sort of a title cell and then the actual detail cell to the right, but it really is just one long cell with title here, and then we've padded over the data in each cell to appear in the second column. So how do we get these to grow and shrink? Well, so for each of these labels, if you go into the appearance section of your property grid, I'll go ahead and expand that here so we can see the entire grid, make it a little bit wider so we can even read some of the labels. There is, in the behavior section, a can grow property, basically whether or not the height can grow, and you can see the description down here. Height can grow in order to display the contents in their entirety, and we want to be able to see all of the data in the report, so we do want the cell to grow. However, if we just let it grow independently, if it was longer than the cell is high, then it would impede on the next cell down. Now, obviously the report writer had this in mind when it was drawn up, so they gave us a way to actually make that alignment work. And the way you do that is you want to make sure that each cell is actually directly adjacent to the one above or below it. As you can see here, using my cursor, I can snap right to the edge of the cell above. Similarly, I can snap right to the cell below from just using my cursor keys. And that's, of course, we're using the ability to snap. And that's actually a report level, an actual report level setting. I do have a separate video on that particular formatting set. But snapping it to the shapes that are directly above and directly below it mean that those shapes will actually then take on the size of that shape before they begin to write. So rather than shrinking down the previous shape or overwriting the next shape, in this case these are labels in a grid, they will actually move in order to accommodate the full size of the previous or next cell in my table. So again, what you end up with is cells which, at least initially, are all the same size, can expand in order to accommodate additional data. One other very small piece in this is that vertical line that I use to divide the titles from the actual data. You'll notice that it actually spans the entire length of that quote-unquote table or list of cells. And again, doing the exact same thing, ensuring that it is snapped to the label directly above it. In this case is the large blue rectangle, as well as the title bar below it. Again, we've snapped directly to those so that when the cells grow beyond the bounds that we've set for them, that line will follow right along with it. I hope this has been helpful, and as always, please feel free to visit our website, www.beyond20.com. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out there through our Contact Us page or directly on Twitter @Beyond20LLC. And we hope you have subscribed. If not, please subscribe to our YouTube channel @Beyond20LLC. Thank you.